it's... Okay, it's fixed. Now, everyone... So once again, I'm Director of Arketer Labs, not that anyone really cares. Just here and watch me fail. And I don't disappoint on that point.
You could try flailing around a bit more, maybe.
I'll take that into account. Look, very well.
There. I guess.
Are you not entertained?
I'm entertained.
I am joined in chat by Angry Furman, Silently, Sparky's Tech, Orla, Sarah, and the Smoking Rat. No, sorry. Hey, no. Say hi as Element's not. Greetings in chat.
Hello there.
Well, yes, everyone introduce themselves. Look, just let me know when you're done. I'll just sit here.
Was I supposed to introduce myself? Hi, I waved. Wasn't that good enough? What do you want from me?
I can fix that. Yeah, good enough. That's fine. Look, I was announcing in the first place. We would say hello and all. And don't ignore whatever you just heard or didn't. Greetings in chat to Bishop 700, K Show, Bernie B. Let's see. Return to Grasshopper. Nerdy Root. K Show. I think I'm about... Yeah, that's about it. Oh, thanks to all the bearded. It's been a while. Glad to see you. Yeah. That's, Oh, Green Badger Outdoors, yes. Good relevant time of day to you all. I suppose we could start off some good news. The Epoch Times reports that, you know that guy who was basically a sex trafficker, but was deeply in political influence and up to his balls and all sorts of shady dealings across the board. You know, the Epstein guy who, the one thing we know about him is that he didn't kill himself. Well, a judge has ordered the unsealing of names of 8 anonymous individuals relating to Jeffrey Epstein. Now, before, I was excited. I thought this was great news. And it is. It's closer to where it should be. It's not nearly enough, though, because there's an awful lot that really hasn't come to light. Nevertheless, a federal judge on Friday ordered the unsealing of documents featuring the real names of some of the John Does relating to deceased sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein, according to multiple media outlets. Judge Loretta Prescott ruled on Friday to disclose the identities of a number of previously anonymous individuals for the documents filed by Epstein victim Virginia Griffey against the convicted pedophile associate Ghislaine Maxwell in the defamation case, according to Insider. The lawsuit reveals the names of other victims and some people who were accused of helping out a bit. I'm not really sure that's precisely fair. Just scroll down to the key point. The judge identified Doe 147 as Epstein victim, Sarah Ransom, who probably should be allowed to get away from this, who testified publicly at Maxwell's sentencing and published a book about her experience, which kind of associates her with this anyway, so that... Why was she being kept Doe if she's republished a book about the experience? That that just absolutely sabotaged the effort to remain anonymous there. Just noting. Another individual Prescott identified was Emmy Taylor, former personal assistant to Maxwell, who was accused of playing a role in the sexual abuse of some of the victims, according to the Mail. Taylor, who has denied any wrongdoing, was named in a batch of publicly available documents from another lawsuit, Prescott said, and ordered its release. For anything further, you can find the article yourself. Suffice to say, this is at least a step in the right direction, which we could use a lot more of those. A lot more of those. I mean, a lot. Just
we need all the steps.
All the steps in the right direction. In any case, just remember, Ghislaine Maxwell was convicted of trafficking, of not doing anything. It was so carefully was all the details of that hidden. So, in other news, Andrew Tate has been allowed back on Twitter. If anybody's been watching my Twitter account, which I shouldn't be using, but I'm still using anyway, because I don't learn my lessons well enough sometimes. I said this is a good thing, not because I like Andrew Tate. I want to be on record right now. I want to stress this quite fervently. I have an instinct deep revulsion and loathing for Andrew Tate. And that has only been redoubled by the efforts of Nick Monroe, who busted him and his loathsome brother in their sex trafficking efforts. I'm pretty sure he's angling to be the next Epstein, but I'm glad he's back on Twitter, so there's an increased odds of that loathsome fuckwit, his degenerate brother, or any number of their regrettable acolytes screwing up any future sex trafficking plans just by saying something stupid online. So, yeah, I didn't want him purged in the first place, because I thought they were just setting up to be the next Epstein, and I'm pretty sure that's what he's still angling to be. But that went off on a tangent, because, man, I really just... everything about them is just... In any case, greetings, Caleb. How did you arrive? And if you all happen to like entertain, well, you know, no one's perfect. I'm not going to hold it against you, I just think you're wrong. Terribly, terribly wrong.
Well, the best way for stupidity is to let it thrive and let it show itself in all its bliss.
Yes, and you should always let someone who could be hanged have all the rope they want. And they might just do the job for you. We'll move on with the article I mentioned in Twitter doing promotion. Oh, don't you cut? Oh, really kill? Yeah, really quite. That's it. I'm often very jokey about things, but I'm pretty sincere about what I just said. I can't even fully articulate it. Space Force sushi supplier pleads guilty to filming naked women in bathroom of a missile base in California. Space Force sushi supplier pleads guilty to filming naked women in the bathroom missile base in California. We'll go over the bullet points of this. Ong K. Zin was charged on November 10th with one federal count of video voyeurism and pleaded guilty the same day. He was sentenced to 3 years supervised probation and $325 in fines. $325. That's $1, but 325 of them. And he isn't required to register as a sex offender and has had his jail time suspended, which seems a bit light.
Wait, don't know about you. He doesn't have to register?
Nope. And his jail time has been suspended. Zin worked for Advanced Fresh Concepts, a California company that provides sushi services to the Vandenberg Space Force Base Commissary. The sushi worker admitted that he had been recording people without their knowledge from December of 2020 till January of this year. A deleted image from his secret recording device revealed 2 pictures of him and pictures of 4 nude women from the employee bathroom, but he was running it for over a fucking year. So, it seems pretty likely he got a lot more photos than those. And it was only busted when they found his recorder worked up underneath the cabinet in the women's bathroom. And just in addition to the sheer weirdness of the phrase Space Force sushi supplier pleads guilty for naked women in bathroom of missile base in California, isn't this sort of like a military security thing? It's a missile base. Typically, someone filming in a missile base's bathroom, even if it's just for wink material, you would think that would alarm the government a bit more than it apparently has here.
I'm baffled by the Space Force's sushi supplier.
It doesn't sound any weirder to me than the fact that Space Force looks after horses.
Well, in my head, I just keep hearing raw fish in space. That's all I hear. I don't know why. It's stuck there. I'm sorry.
It's ejected from the missile base.
Yeah, that's what the missiles are for. They,
Maybe he put the camera up because he kept smelling a fishy smell.
Oh, as long as it's not ejected from a woman's crotch, I don't suppose I would have.
That's not a missile base, okay?
Where do you find this shit at?
I don't know.
Okay, the article comes from the Daily Mail. The launching sushi out of women's crotches is entirely Orla. And, 10, 9, 8. Sorry. Yeah, I found this quite bizarre. His nickname was Eric, and for being busted for running a a spy camera in a bathroom on a missile base for over a year, $325 in fines, no jail time, suspended jail sentence, supervised. Something's weirder here than just the fact of what he was up to.
Maybe it's, maybe like they're like, send him to jail, throw away the key. And so he's like, wait, he has the best sushi anywhere though. We can't, he's irreplaceable. And maybe that's maybe it was some sort of executive decision that way. It's the only thing I can think of that makes any sense.
I can think of something. It says it right in the article.
Oh,
California.
Yeah.
I missed the obvious, didn't I? That happens.
They look after their own, intrusive sex pests. Any case, this is a sort of example of the sort of crap he was bringing. It's not like he was cooking it up fresh on base. He was a delivery boy for prepackaged sushi, which...
I hadn't seen this. Then again, I don't know anything about sushi. That could be high quality sushi. It could be terrible quality sushi. I have no idea. I have nothing to base it off of. So I'm gonna have to default to somebody else as far as an expert opinion.
Here's a look at first next sushi supply.
I'm not a weeb, so I don't know.
Well, neither am I. I don't think. I don't know what a weeb is, so it's okay.
Whatever argument he made, though, it must have been quite impressive that he was able to dodge all of the caution. I noticed was suggesting that apparently he was just watching it for inspiration. Maybe he was the one who made the sushi. Maybe he just felt that he had to be inspired to make... No, none of this makes any sense, besides it perhaps being California, and they just are inclined to...
Oh, so it's a California roll. That explains it.
The conspiracy grows. One of this correlation between sushi chefs and sex pests. I'm gonna get away from this now, because I need to stop thinking about Orla's vivid depiction, and I... Sushi launcher, go!
Well, what was it? After we watched Dead Sushi, I made some sushi nunchucks for people.
The sushi special forces in space.
Right.
Moving on, and this is basically a public service announcement. Man 51 damaged liver from overeating breakfast cereal. The dangerous and hidden risk. A man unwittingly drew up his ferritin levels, poisoning his liver cells in the process. And when we think about, almost killing your liver with breakfast cereal, you imagine he must have been putting down like a box a day. No! Apparently, a time-strapped dad here would have a quick bowl of cereal on days we couldn't fit in evening lunch or meal break. Apparently, he was having 2 bowls of cornflakes each day, at which point he started feeling unwell and having some rather bizarre and hauntingly familiar side effects. I think I might have been doing this to myself at some point in the past. Apparently, he began getting really itchy hands and feet, couldn't sleep, had low energy levels, and because he'd recently given up smoking, he gained some weight. So they did blood tests, but because he was fat, they just assumed he was getting cirrhosis liver and was probably a boozy loser. But no, apparently the breakfast cereal he was eating, cornflakes, was so heavy in ferritin that it was in the process of killing his liver.
That face, man.
That face.
That's... okay.
Yep,
He'll be your box of cornflakes.
They thought he was getting cirrhosis liver, and I guess they just looked at the face and thought, oh, he must be a booze hound. But, no.
Well, cornflakes is reinforced with iron, and that's exactly what he's been poisoned with. And it's like, it is a significant amount of iron to the point where it is kind of magnetic. Not to like a real world degree, but if you suspend cornflakes in water and put a magnet up to it, your cornflakes will be attracted by the metal.
Well, don't forget what cornflakes was originally designed to do.
Stop masturbating, Orla.
Yes, fun fact, that's exactly what Dr. Kellogg was pushing cornflakes to do. To discourage masturbation.
That's
Kellogg
also
was
why
a
there is
batshit
a
insane fellow.
culture. That's
Yeah,
also why there is a culture of snipping children's. Yeah.
Hair.
Nah.
I just
Something that is hooded that 50% of American men do not have hooded anymore.
You grow your hair out, you're a slut.
I'm still on the there was something brought up there with the whole cornflakes are magnetic. If you put them in water and you put a magnet next to it, they'll slide over. Who thought to do that? Seriously.
No.
That's like
Yes.
a common high school experiment. Like when you're in
That's
high
a-
school. Yeah,
No,
they do that in middle school and high school.
not in mine.
Yeah. Try it out, Rat. Buy some cornflakes, put it in water, and get a magnet.
Well, I don't eat cornflakes. Why would I do that? See, like I don't need to. I don't know.
Don't you want the power of magnetism?
Greetings in chat to Whitechapel, and we've been graced by a tentacle appendage. Omegon! I don't believe you. Cornflakes have nothing to do with the lube. In fact, it seems like they were actually meant to discourage lube-related activities. So we're just going over. But also, the shield's holding. No, I'm still not working.
So are you trying to tell me that cornflakes were designed as a form of like population reduction?
No.
No,
Masturbation
to
prevention.
reduce. Yeah.
Mess.
Eugenics
By
was
keeping
completely
you-
different
What?
than doing back then.
What? I don't know where to go with that line of logic.
I thought this was common knowledge. Egads, we're into a special
No.
discussing the career of Dr. Kellogg and what he thought cornflakes were really good for.
Yeah, this is
Oh my
not
God.
something I did expect. This is not something I expected to learn today.
Yeah.
There's even a weird movie about it
Yeah,
as well.
it's the same thing with granola bars. Like everything that includes granola or oatmeal or cornflakes was designed or was pushed by Kellogg to say, "Are you horny? Stop it. Have a Kit Kat."
Oh my god, I can't. I can't.
You're not you when
I'm
you're
just
hungry.
I'm not. I was not prepared for this.
Nah, I guess
This is not where I thought this entire episode was going.
I guess Honey Nut Cheerio is just the big letdown then.
I suppose Honey Nut Cheerios in that case is kind of the inverse.
All they had to do was, start No Nut November.
The timing makes
little
sense
rabbit.
now.
Sorry.
Oddly enough, since you were just talking about Cheerios, it's all come full circle now. See, I don't like where. Oh God, what am I doing? I need to be quiet.
If the guy with the hidden camera that was making Shusey just ate more fucking cornflakes, he wouldn't have gotten in trouble. There we go.
Imagine like all the incels that went on mass shootings if they just had a granola bar.
Well, quite frankly, if we forced them to eat enough cereal, they'd too busy scratching their palms and feet to have gotten up into any mischief. So I suppose that could have worked. I suppose if your hands are itchy from liver damage, then you're not feeling all bothered. But it seems like a high price to pay, liver damage.
I don't know. Maybe it counts as an itch to scratch. Oh, that's a bad joke.
Oh, by the way, Orc, you got 15 likes.
So I have. This is cause for celebration. Thank you all. This stream has been a success in record time, no less. Huzzah!
All right.
Cheers. No, not that one. I need to put that one away. That's for a project of another time, and I keep activating accidentally. I need to stop doing
It's
that.
a clock.
It's about time.
Is it about time?
Well, it's a clock, but it's meant for another time. That's why it's.
It is.
Never mind.
It's a clock within clocks for another time. And going up to 19 likes, making this one of the most successful streams in some time, which I suppose should compel me to at least one more confetti set off. There we go.
Look at the joy within his eyes.
He deserves head pats.
I mean, he's
The
got 22
happiness.
people watching right now, so, I mean...
Look at the happiness that is on display.
Oh yes, that is the absolute face of joy.
God damn it, that is the creepiest shit I have ever seen.
Fine then.
Yeah,
Back to the
but his...
articles. Enough celebration. Celebration has been called off. No one is allowed to
Happiness
celebrate
is
further.
cancelled.
Greetings,
Okay.
by the way, belatedly to Assassin Grey, and thank you for your promotional efforts. Clearly, you've been a colossal success. Good news for a gentleman here. After going to a private healthcare provider because the NHS just told him he's fat and loser, he got a blood test that detected the ferritin and then he traced back the cereal. So suffice to say, if you're trying to wank less, more than 2 bowls of cornflakes ought to do it, but only if you're willing to pay the price in blood damage, itchy palms and feet.
Are we sure it was the cornflakes and not that hat? Is that the guy? That's the guy, right?
That is the guy,
I
and
assume
I'm
so.
Are we
absolutely
sure it's not
certain-
the hat that caused all of this? Because that hat seems like it could cause damage.
I think
He
you're
does.
biased against the hat. It's a perfectly decent hat. It could be very cold there.
It-
I
it's-
understand it's
it's
cold.
It
not.
looks itchy.
I'm not even like. I'm more bothered that it's green. It's like the ugliest green.
Can you imagine him at the checkout stores, like, give me all your cornflakes?
Yeah.
I would like one of every cornflake.
I don't understand
Still
why
not
they
fair,
thought he was a
only
business.
2 bowls a day. Egads, that's not so bad.
With the amount of iron in it, actually, it kind of is.
Well, it shouldn't be.
And if you do it several times a week, then yeah.
Like, I'd say probably a bowl of cornflakes is like eating 2 or 3 steaks, like 8-ounce steaks.
Well,
Iron-wise.
There is something really wrong with the pushing of cornflakes.
I can't speak for iron, but I'm vitamin D deficient, and I've got to take supplements to correct that. But with that, I also gotta watch what I eat too, because certain things I've gotta watch, otherwise it pushes me over that vitamin D intake, and then starts having really weird side effects. So I mean, I can understand it.
Right.
I am still fascinated. Like, they decided to go with that picture. This is a news source.
I don't. That's what I can't figure out.
It looks like he's just having, like, he is both farting and smelling just like the worst fart ever.
Just why couldn't they have found a better picture? I don't know.
I can only assume he provided the image. It could be that he just finds it hilarious. If so, then he's got my full endorsement.
It could be his Facebook profile picture. Who knows?
But I'm glad that he and I and all of us now learned not to eat so much cornflakes. Look, it was invented by a madman who was trying to stop masturbation, and it clearly hasn't gotten any better from there.
Stupid people are just a PSA from God.
I can't remember what cornflakes. That's what you're saying, right? It was cornflakes.
Yeah.
Cornflakes.
See, I never really liked cornflakes.
Well,
Well, I'm just saying, like, as far as cereals growing up, I really like Captain Crunch. I don't know if it's bad for you, but
it is.
I also
Not as
like
bad as cornflakes.
I also like Kix.
Okay, you're a horrible person. No, I mean, what?
Greetings
Is
from
it-
the chat to Gainu, Jordan Shadowlighting, and playing Dr. Zach.
I don't know. Kicks have gone really downhill. I remember, like, being a kid and liking them, but, like, when I was, when I got older, I tried them again, and it was just the worst thing ever.
I don't know. I
I'm
haven't
more
had Kix in a long time, so for all I know, it's just cardboard at this point. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Chex Mix Cheerios person, so.
Pebbles.
Kellogg, 8.1 milligrams or 100% daily required. Yeah, I'm with Gray. Kellogg should have been a patient, not the director of an insane asylum. In any case, Arkansas's fire chief fired up inappropriate use of emojis. This from...
What, did he keep using the eggplant one over and over and over again to piss off everybody?
I told you that in confidence, Orla.
I think we all saw your eggplants just splatter all over the place, so... The cat was out of the bag a long time ago, and, you know, but we're used to it in your case, and also, you're not in Arkansas, again, to be fired. In any case, Alan Hicks, now the former fire chief of Arketer, Arkansas, said he was wrongfully terminated after reacting to a costume meme that uses offensive and profane language to describe him. Quote unquote, as... no, this is too low. I was holding a chicken, and it had chicken expletive. That was the exact words it had on there, said former fire chief Alan Hicks. He said to respond to the poster through private messages that were later made public. I just told the boy if he had a problem with me, don't hide behind Snapchat, come see me like a grown man. Was no threats made against him, or nothing else, Hicks said. Hicks shared his write-up given to him by Mayor Danny Johnson. It said he violated city policy by making a Facebook post with inappropriate emojis that do not properly reflect the city. Hicks said the post was mix-up. They are talking about another Facebook post I made, supposed to be giving the bird, but it was supposed to be a thumbs up, he said. And it would seem that that's the excuse they're using. He, to make things short, blames his firing on small town politics, and whenever someone gets fired for inappropriate emoji use, I'm inclined to think that he's probably right.
The wording there. The post I made is supposed to be giving the bird, but it was supposed to be the thumbs up. Like, what was it really then?
That sounds like a text-to-speech error, and trust
Yeah.
me, I know text-to-speech errors.
Yeah, you're British.
Well,
Your language is a text-to-speech error.
No, it's because I, use it 90% of the time, and it shows.
Assassin the Grey is eggplanting up the chat, and I blame you for him.
See, it's more for me. It's more appropriate to be a peanut. I mean, what?
So in any case, please forgive the inappropriate use of emojis in chat. I'm of course scandalized, and would of course fire Assassin the Grey if I ever paid them anything. But I hope that you will all be able to get over this grotesque eggplanting. Just eggplants all over the place in your eyes.
He doesn't give good
shameful.
benefits. I have been working here for the last 4 or 5 years, and he has never really given me a paycheck or anything, which is just quite the shame.
Well, I know that times are getting tight, with money being devalued and general terrible economic policies across the board, with a few other things that we want to get into because it will objectively result in this stream quite possibly being pulled off of record. But there are ways to make some extra money if you happen to be living in San Francisco. Daily Wire reports that San Francisco has launched a program to pay trans residents $1,200 a month for 18 months.
That's
Why?
like $14,400, isn't
The
it?
city of San Francisco is offering a monthly stimulus program exclusively for
It is.
transgender residents.
Wait, no, it's for 18 months. So
Don't
Or well, that
Don't
would be
they
8
have-
years worth, I guess. My mistake.
don't they have a huge I don't
Everything
know,
problem?
homeless population?
Yes. And
Let's get the
if some of
trans
those are
people.
trans or are willing to become so in the near future, they might be able to solve their homelessness problem in short order. San Francisco Mayor London Breed, whose name I still can't take seriously. I don't believe that's a real name for a real person, but they're the mayor of San Francisco, so they probably aren't. So I suppose it all balances out. Announced the city would begin accepting applications for the Guaranteed Income for Trans People, or GIFT program, Wednesday. The program is exclusive to transgender residents of the city and led by the Transgender District, a neighborhood of the city for transgender people. So are they really just segregating the transgender people into a particular district? Isn't that part of the plot to the Return of Captain Invincible? In any case, it will give 55 lucky transgender residents $1,200 a month for up to 18 months. The move is allegedly part of an effort to advance equity for transgender people.
All 55 of them.
Yes, 55
basically-
transgender people. Equality achieved!
What?
That in total, that would be, if it's the full 18 months, 55 residents, it's about, roughly $1.2 million.
Now, here's what I got a question with. Are they going to do some sort of a Turing test of, are you really transgender to read out the fakes? Or are they just going to go with, oh, we don't want to devalue your morals, anything like that, or assume anything, so here's your money.
Well, it seems to be someone who, let's see, who are also black, indigenous, people of color.
Oh, yeah, hold on. Let me read that part out here. Or,
Yeah.
I suppose you can if you really want to. I suppose it's visible for everyone to see right now. But
No, you can do it.
Okay.
I'm illiterate, you know this.
guaranteed income for transgender people gift will provide economically marginalized transgender people with unrestricted monthly guaranteed income as a way to combat poverty for our most impacted community members. Face. A website for the program reads, the Transgender District and Lion Modern Community Health Services, in partnership with municipal city departments in the city and county of San Francisco, will provide 55 lucky transgender residents of San Francisco County with $1,200 a month in guaranteed income for a year and a half. The program will prioritize the enrollment of transgender, non-binary, gender non-conforming, intersex, TGI people who are also black, indigenous, or people of color experiencing homelessness, living with disabilities and chronic illnesses, youth and elders, monolingual Spanish speakers, and those who are legally vulnerable, such as TGI people who are undocumented, engaging in survival sex trades, or are formerly incarcerated.
I have. If you
Okay.
could scroll back up because there's
To be fair,
thing there.
people who are vulnerable, and let's just class them as minorities for the sake of argument, are always going to be more heavily impacted by issues like poverty and stuff. Like, a disabled person can't necessarily get a job because of their commitments to their own health, or like someone who cares for them can't because of the same thing, or someone who has been brought up in poverty can't get a better job because they haven't been able to get the
Well, it's very unfortunate, Aura, but
anyway. But then you're giving them this money. You can't guarantee how they're going to use it, if they're going to be able to even use it. Because to be fair, at the moment, that is absolutely fuck all, is it? So you'd probably just about to be able to survive on that if you don't have a job. And if you do have a job, how much of that is going to go towards tax? And how much are you actually going to be able to use to make your life better? Yeah, I think that it's worthless, even to the people who get it.
Yes,
it's not going to
I'd say
help.
It's not going to help anyone. And furthermore, I'm actually quite fascinated by this. Someone spoiled the plan, Omegon. Look, don't. That was supposed to be finished for the stream, Omegon. Don't. Why did you give it?
Wait, what?
You ruined the stream. It was going so well too.
Omegon.
That was gonna be a big finish. I'm gonna close out the stream to applause. But now everyone knows to expect Venga Boy's metal cover.
Okay. I don't understand why it's called guaranteed income for transgender people, and yet it's gift.
Because it sounds nice and it's all basically PR. But furthermore, isn't this going to cause a whole lot of infighting among those potential 55? Like, they have to generally now argue. I'm not that upset, Omegon. My upsetness is not so severe. You're fine. I just want to know who sold me out. In any case, well, it's fine. We're just moving on. And quite frankly, if you want to pop in and rat them out, you have the means via Discord. Right. Moving on. This is going to result in a lot of people going, yes, sure, you're homeless and trans, but I'm homeless, trans, and black. No, but I'm homeless, black, trans, and only speak Spanish. No, but I'm homeless, trans, black, only speak Spanish, and am a survival sex worker. And that's going to be just a really depressing / comical sort of. No, this is basically the foundation of the oppression Olympics, where they all argue that they're more oppressed for their exotic condition than everyone else, and they're including non-binaries, which means an entire random number of genders that, well, were largely just made up on the fly. Spoiler alert, I'm a square cob, and they don't have me on their list of 155 genders. I am, of course, deeply offended. When will the square cobs be properly recognized? Why do all of their mental illnesses get front and center and 1,200 for a year and a half?
I need something hard to bang my head against.
Maybe we should move on before anyone gets damaged. The pilot program is the first of its kind, Cronborn is reported, and hopefully the last. The payments will be regular and unconditional for the qualified applicants to provide steady income for the recipients to spend as they see fit, the mayor's office said via ballot. I would like to note that I want to know if these 55 people will be on public record as to who won the Oppression Olympics to win the 1,200 for a year and a half, because I think there's a non-zero chance we're going to find that these are less the people who won for genuine issues and more assorted city officials' nephews and cousins who had the right connections.
You know, I kind of feel impressed by this because I need $1,200 for a trans for my truck.
Well, if you're willing to become trans black, a woman, move to San Francisco, well, not necessarily move, I mean, you just have to wander around homelessly there for a while. You can enter into the raffle for 1,200 for a year and a half.
I'll get right on that.
I wouldn't recommend it. Right. Yeah, these things could be very special articles in their own right if I was a bit more diligent. I'm not, so not really doing that. Look, let's go for a lighter note and away from the clown show that is the real world we live in. Well, this doesn't actually do that, but please. Man arrested for DUI was meth driving with owl in his car. The Paisley Police Department discourages using meth and taking in wildlife as pets.
Did he think he was Harry Potter or something?
I don't know, but it looks like he gave that owl something.
Yeah.
Maybe he was sharing his stock.
The picture, the frame of that owl there is like, that was the look of, I'm coming down and I'm not happy about it. You know?
I've never done meth, so if any of you have, you'll have to correct me, which
I don't know
they
either.
shouldn't do because we'll hold it against you in a comical fashion. But if he's in a closed room and or car and smoking meth, is it possible for the owl to get a contact high? Because that kind of looks like what would have happened here.
You actually can.
Okay, well then that's probably a really stoned owl. Mind you, the dust coming down, I thought meth would make them crazy. And owls are, well, not really crazy. They're dumb as rocks, but I would expect some strange behavior regardless. If you see a wild animal, leave it alone. That's what the Payson Police Department is reminding people after a man illegally bought an owl Thursday morning. I don't understand how he could have illegally bought an owl. I don't think it should be possible to legally buy an owl personally.
There's an illegal owl market?
Apparently so. He bought the owl, but illegally. As a black market owl.
Well, you have to have certain licenses, but in some places you can actually own owls, certain types.
Well, and furthermore, he was a meth head, so was this like a
I'm just
special
saying.
black market, buy 2 bags, get an owl free?
Maybe. I just, the more I learn about things and that I'm learning too much today. I didn't need to know that there was an illegal owl trade. I didn't need to know about Kellogg and his experiments with breakfast cereals. I didn't need to know about the sushi Space Force thing. I didn't need to know about any of this.
And now people have a better understanding, hopefully, of what ignorance is bliss really means. Greetings, Dan. As Ark was a common entity with Aiden, Paladin, and widows. Her spelling, Palladium, she on Timpool. And you ain't. Okay. I wish her well. She was almost a guest. I mean, sculpture was quite nice, but it was also scheduled for her birthday, so the odds of her showing up were really low on that point. Anyhow, I don't live in bitterness, so I'm okay with that. Right.
No, don't you just live in grayscale?
Yeah. Bitterness is not on the grayscale, so
No.
I am not.
I bet he tastes like aniseed.
Okay, other question. Do any of you have owls? Like
No.
And did you purchase them legally?
This is an owl-free household, and you couldn't pay me to take an owl. I don't necessarily like them all that much. Their reputation for wisdom is ascribed entirely to their eyes, and near as I can tell, owls are some of the stupidest birds to take flight. Yet often quite cute.
Being Native American, there are some folk tales about owls that are not good.
I understand they're reviewed by some tribes as great, wonderful beings of good luck, and by others as just flying devils from hell.
Oh, some believe if you see an owl, your death is coming, so...
Well, duh.
What does it mean in his case? I mean...
Look, if you see a me, your death is coming.
No.
If you see a rat, your death is coming. Death is coming for us all, regardless.
Well, yeah, but like, in the case of this report, like, what is that guy? Like, is he like triple dead or quadruple dead? Like, what? You know, was he trying to like go for the absolute worst luck possible, or was he hoping that it would go so far negative it'd turn into a positive? That's what I want to know.
Okay.
Well, like-
He didn't buy the owl. The owl was coming to bring him his death, but got too close, got high, and then just kind of sat there and chilled.
You mind
Maybe
if
it's
I
a delivery.
ride around in the car with you for a while? You know?
No, we got this all wrong. Maybe it was a delivery owl. Maybe the owl delivered the message.
Oh, I mean, yeah,
Oh,
maybe.
sorry. We actually, so sidetracked,
we-
we didn't finish this story here. Police officers pulled over Mason Stapley for a DUI, and to their surprise, found an owl beside him inside the car. Stapley told officers another driver found the owl along the road and sold it to him for $100 at a gas station.
Okay, so it's very, very short notice illegal owl trade. Okay.
You know, black market owl, the black owl
Black
market has to
market
really fly
gas
by night.
station
You, have to-
owl.
you can't really have a illegal owl convention. So, you know, I see why
Well, you
this
know,
had to
but,
happen at a
like,
gas
I've been
station.
told to stay away from those gas station aisles.
Yeah.
And at no point should anyone try to swallow an owl.
That's a quote right there.
No, because of the gas station owls, now I'm like leaded or unleaded. I don't I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Apparently, the owl was injured, couldn't be released back to the wild, so Arizona Fishing Game picked it up, and hopefully they're helping it recover and get over its crippling meth addiction.
It's gonna see like while it's detoxing, it's gonna see like baby owlets like crawling along the wall upside down. And their heads are gonna turn around. It's not gonna be phased by it. Anyway, it's a weird.
it's adorable.
Don't worry about it.
Here's something I feel comparably weird. Green bean casserole seltzer is now a thing. This is another one of Providence finds, and this has to be on the market out of sheer curiosity. This has got to be a novelty thing. It's not the worst thing we've seen sold with strange flavor. Sparky is surely aware of that incident. The chips.
Oh, fuck you.
Do
After
you
that
want to
green
taste
bean
the
casserole
butter?
seltzer, this is so much milder.
Do you want a drink that tastes like being poor?
I guess my question is like, do these companies do this? Like, is it like, they're just, well, what should we make next for our next product? And it's just a case of like, I dare you to make this, and then I'll drink it or something. And they just decide to release it as products. Are these dares that became products? That's what I want to know.
Yes.
I remember one time I went to go buy Gatorade, and I thought I was grabbing a particular flavor I was getting. I was in a hurry. I bought it. I opened it up, took a taste of it, and it was kiwi cucumber.
See, that's not. Yeah, I wouldn't expect that.
Hey,
No, I
Dennis,
wouldn't either.
If
It
you
was
don't want a wrench,
disgusting.
that's fine. You don't have to have one. A green bean casserole seltzer is now a thing. From CNN, Thanksgiving could be getting a little stranger this year. Green bean casserole flavored seltzer water is now a thing. Arabora, and with a name like that, I'm thinking pot was involved in this to some degree.
Like, yo, man, I have a crazy $1 million idea. What if we, took my mom's cooking and turned it into a drink?
Seltzer. Dude, it's like Thanksgiving, but seltzer.
Turkey seltzer. Macaroni cheese seltzer.
No.
I have heard of that. There is a
No,
mac and
wait,
cheese
what?
martini.
Oh my god.
No.
God damn it.
I believe it's
Tyro?
sold by Velveeta.
Yeah, entire chat, stop. I will look for another co-host.
Let's see. Where is it? Because we did cover the mac and cheese martini before.
Yes, I've forgotten about that. Sometimes forgetting can be blissful too. The company said the seltzer has a sweet, earthy, and buttery flavor, and is like taking a bite out of a perfectly crunchy, succulent green bean.
Yes,
See,
but not crunchy.
well, if it's crunchy, that's the thing. It's a drink. It shouldn't be crunchy, right?
I mean,
Earthy,
I guess it depends on how much
Yeah, it
ice
also
you have in
shouldn't
it.
be earthy, but
sweet,
I-
earthy.
you ever think they just make
Well,
up
like sweet and earthy is like
Words.
peanut butter.
like they're just making up putting words with things just to make it sound.
Yeah, no,
Right.
that's what's happening here. Because
Sweet.
Green bean casserole water will be available through Ouroboros secret menu newsletter. So you'll have to go out of your way to get this if you want to for some reason. Other flavors that could be included with Thanksgiving include honey pumpkin and chai cranberry. Or, alternatively, for Thanksgiving, you might have pumpkin pie or something else that's actual food. I suppose,
Well,
however, you can't really load that over your hipster friends.
have you covered the woman who only drinks yet?
No.
That was an article I grabbed too.
Or only drinks water. No, I didn't have that one loaded this time, I'm afraid.
Oh.
I suppose we
See,
could.
this would have been a great transition.
Well, we're not doing that.
I know.
You're right. It would have been. It
It's-
didn't cross
it-
my mind at the time. And
I
it's
mean-
too late now.
Just realize it's Director Arketer. He directs. It's not Director Froman, and it never will be.
If you'd brought this up as much as 30 minutes prior, I probably could have rigged up on the fly, but you didn't do that, and now it's too late. It's simply too late.
It's not too late. It's never too late.
I said it's too late, therefore it's too late.
Don't give Froman hope. Why would you do that?
I don't think we have enough time to cover this next one, especially if I'm going to still inflict,
Something.
yes,
I mean, nothing.
music. But I thought this was an important one to catch for this stream. Woman's marriage to cheating ragdoll on brink of collapse. A 37-year-old woman who married a ragdoll says the relationship is hanging by a thread after he was unfaithful while she was in the hospital, giving birth, by the way, to their ragdoll child, or because the ragdoll child had a virus. These are not going to be proper. I cannot say these names properly. It's just not happening. So, just for the record, if I'm saying it wrong, I don't even want to know. But Merivone Roche Moraes hit headlines when she married Marcelo, a large ragdoll, last year and went on to have a baby with him named Marcelinho. However, 37-year-old recently stated her partner has cheated on her, essentially claiming the toy was unfaithful while she was in hospital giving birth. Understandably, many have been perplexed by Merivone and Marcelo's relationship, prompting some to ask about the state of her mental health. Despite giving regular interviews about her fairy tale romance, Merivone has never commented on speculation surrounding her well-being. Sexual attraction dolls is a new phenomenon. This feels like theater, but I'm not sure this is actually valid attraction here. The medical form condition is called agomophilia. I think it's basically paraphilia, and yeah. But Merivone's doll is unlike other sex dolls. Instead of lifelike silicone versions, Marcelo was made by Merivone's mother using white fabric and his brown string for hair, with an out-of-proportion face features. So
that's sad. That's sad. I
I
don't want my girl to be a spinster, so I'm gonna build a boyfriend.
Which her mother created them both. Isn't this, in addition to all other batch insanity, just a somewhat kind of incestuous thing?
I mean, yeah.
Closer to a brother than her mom made. Her mother must be so proud.
Someone needs to go to couples therapy.
Only one person, though. The other two can get stuffed.
They're way ahead of you.
One of them already did.
Oh no, two of them because there's a child.
I need a bit.
Right?
Which is terrible when you think about that. All those factors.
Please, everyone, stay off the moon. A door from afar. Security is tight here, and I don't want anyone getting in space.
I guess, would it be too much of a stretch to say this story might be a bit of a yarn?
Hey now.
It appears there's no link to perfection for him, with a devastating murder revealing on TikTok the relationship was hanging by a thread after a woman claimed her husband cheating on her. Quote unquote, I found out through a friend who told me that she saw Marcelo entering a motel with another woman while I was hospitalized for 3 nights and 3 days with Marcelinho, her son, who had a virus. In video translated by Daily Star states. At first I thought she was lying, but then I started looking through his phone, and I saw the conversations, which made me sure the inanimate object was cheating.
The conversations.
Wait. Did they strip him nude for that wedding photo?
Perhaps you can buy the entire honeymoon experience on OnlyFans.
See, now, I'm just curious, like, if the inanimate object cheated on her, what was it with? Or who was it with?
A woman who was able to carry on a conversation with a rag doll by cell phone, so apparently they're a witch, and straight up magic and capable of animating a rag doll. Or this woman is extraordinarily insane and projecting all of this as part of their ongoing effort to basically desperately scream for attention into the void.
Scroll down more. I have to see the more of this story.
Not only said a ragdoll denied everything, but said he still loves her and begged for forgiveness.
No.
I like the statement, the argument was ugly, because that brings a picture into your head where it's just...
Scared all son who is crying. The doll was crying.
No.
I love this. the ragdoll husband denied everything. She screams at it, "Do you see what you've done?" And then he goes quiet. That's
Not
what
everything-
kills me about it.
And beg for forgiveness for the thing he doesn't leave. He's
No.
done. Greetings, Devil Pop, and anyone else in chat who I did not catch when you arrived. Okay, we are just about out of time this particular stream. Before I go, I'd like to encourage everyone right now, if you have your links handy or can get your links handy shortly, please
Everyone?
in chat, as I'm about to inflict upon you something
What?
from an inflicted
Our-
upon.
Our relationship has been going through the rocks. I'm sorry to say. But me and Danny, I mean, we've had our fights, and it's been something along the lines of me just like making short jokes about Danny defeatable. but
God damn it, woman.
our relationship is stronger than ever. Thank you. Thank you.
Well,
I promised myself I wouldn't cry.
I
thank you,
think
Foreman, for
that's
providing us with a happy ending. And any case, let's just. This can't be any worse now.
I was, up until this point, I was okay. I thought I'd get through. I'm not so sure now.
Your boys are back in town.
You all knew Waiting to Life was a metal cover of Boom Boom in My Room. I won't take full credit / blame for this. Random found it first. Well then, so long as progress continues, success is inevitable.